And here we are back for the grand final of the fourth account Mayhem. This is it. 6 machines, 6 channels left here. We have Green Screen and Roomba Wars. We have Ernest and Storm 2. We have Razor 1905 2.0 and Rotator. We have Gawain Hale Films and GH Bot. And we have BattleBots Fights Explained with Hyperlash and also White Knight 2 and Crystal Carnage. Some fantastic machines, all of them well built. Some rookies, such as Ernest and Roomba Wars. Some longtime veterans, Razor 1905 2.0, of course, first ever Account Mayhem champs. We've got Crystal Carnage. They've been here since the first Account Mayhem. Very good. And then a couple of new bloods who have some experience that are very clearly doing a good job with their machines in Battle Let's Fights Explained and Gawain Hale Films. Now, here's what I will say. First things first, that bottom left channel icon is meant to be Gawain Hale Films' logo for his YouTube channel. I don't know if it's the right one. I really couldn't tell you. But, you know. Anyway, second thing second, bracket format here. 2 opening quarterfinal bouts. Green Screen versus Rotator, and White Knight 2 versus Hyperlash. Winner of Green Screen versus Rotator will take on Storm 2, while the winner of Hyperlash versus White Knight 2 takes on GH-Bot. The winner of that goes in the grand final. 5 matches tonight. That's, I think, less than half of each of the heats, so it's going to be a much shorter episode. But we've got some fantastic machines here. A lot of unique builds. We've got a lifter spinner, we've got a vertical spinner, we've got a flipper, we've got a bot with interchangeable weapons, we have a pusher lifter, and a double horizontal. So definitely pretty unique. We've got a lot of different levels of success and experience here. Seeding wise, it's even a bit interesting. I mean, we'll have a semi-finalist who's the 11th seed. We've got a quarterfinalist who's seeded 9th. The 4th and 5th seeds are here. The 2nd seed's here. I forget which seed Rotator was. I want to say 6th. I think it was... No, it was... Yeah, it was 6th. Yeah, there we go. I remember. So, some interesting seeds coming in here, talking about each channel. I mean, for me, Hyperlash and BattleBots Fights Explained is a really interesting one because Hyperlash is, in my opinion, the best machine BattleBots Fights Explained has entered. And he made top 8 in his first account man with complete control. Then Bombshell with the axe made it all the way to the top 6, which shocked me. Now he's here back in the top 6. According to the trend, he'll make top 4 this time around. Let's see if that's true. We've got GH Bot last time. Had a pretty decent run. I want to say top 6. Yeah, top 6 they got. And they're guaranteed top 4 here. Could go even further. Crystal Carnage looking for a first account mayhem win. This is his 4th account mayhem. He got 2nd last time, got so close. He's close again this time. He's looking for it. Razor 1905 2.0, looking to be the first 2-time champion. He won the first one. I think this is pretty close to his best run since then. He got, I think, top 8 in the last account mayhem, and in the second, I think, top 4. So a fight won here, and he would tie his best ever account man performance. Like I said, Ernest and Roomba Wars, they're newcomers, but they've already made names for themselves. I mean, Storm 2 undefeated in their heat with some really quick victories over some very good machines. And Green Screen took out 2 legends. A former champion, one of them was. Former 2-time semifinalist was another one. So don't count those 2 out. I think every machine here has a good shot at winning this whole thing. Here we are, the grand final. 6 competitors remain, including the 2 you see before you now. Hyperlash, representing BattleBots Fights Explained, clawed its way through the lower bracket to win a rematch against the one bot that managed to beat them in the decider. They take on Crystal Carnage and White Knight 2. who again is on the flipper. We have yet to see that big anti-horizontal scoop, and I don't know if we will because there's only one horizontal spinner left, and it's on the opposite side of the bracket. But Crystal Carnage, second place, the last one, seeded second, taking on the fourth seed here. We are taking on some of the best competitors in this entire thing. That's all that's left. The best, the brightest, the ultimate competitors. 3, 2, 1, activate. And in we go. These two bots, hard fought here. Both have only lost one match, so it's going to be tough. Ooh, Hyperlash able to get underneath and get that lifter into play though. White Knight 2 trying to get down, but it's not going to, and it's just on that spinner. Flipped again, and it's not getting out of this corner. It's trying its best, but it just is getting pincered. And there it is. It's able to self-right and try to get out of there. And White Knight 2 gets in underneath with that flipper. Slamming into Bullseye CPZ and chucked up in the air. Hyperlash attacking Bullseye. Not the brightest idea. There it is, White Knight 2 able to self-right and attacks Hyperlash, who was kind of saving him, to be honest. So, kind of a jerk move. Bullseye getting back in the CPZ. That lifter trying to get in, and it is again and again in control of this fight. Hyperlash looking more and more like a competitor every time we see it. What a throw from Bullseye. That's why it's a house robot, because it's so powerful. And there we go. Another slip. White Knight 2 not out of it. We're very early in this match. About to hit the halfway point. I would say Hyperlash on top, but that could absolutely change at any point in time. And White Knight 2, another decent flip. The spinner on Hyperlash hasn't looked, like, fantastic all event, to be honest. There hasn't been a huge shot from it, aside from the one that took the weapon off of Cyclonic Rush in that deciding match. That was probably the best that weapon looked. Trying to get under with that lifter again, pitting its opponent to the corner. Oh, that's gotta be something that hurts. That spinner is getting into the underbelly of that flipping mechanism, surely, and it gets a huge grab. That could have been the lucky shot to win this match, actually, for Hyperlash. I don't know if that flipper's working. Less than a minute left in this fight, but it's definitely on the verge of being over, I think. There's no movement out of White Knight. That flipper might have gotten taken out. The spinner on Hyperlash, not the best, but it can still do damage in the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cease. And Crystal Carnage out again. And there were only 12 seconds left in this match as well. But Hyperlash able to get underneath that flipper with the spinner and get in, and it had to break something. And Crystal Carnage goes out, and this is the best showing we have ever seen from BattleBots Fights Explained. He's been slowly but surely getting better every account, man, placement-wise at least. Top 8 in the first one he competed in, top 6 in the second, and now he's in top 4. This trend continues. Next time he'll be in the top 2, and then he'll win. So, you know, I'd feel pretty good, but I don't know if it'll beat GHBot here today. Big showing out of it, though.
This opening lift here was huge for Hyperlash. It allowed them to set the pace of the fight early on in the match, and it got a good pin in the corner to waste time. This was a good attack to follow it with, another decent lift, followed by a very nice push. After getting in the corner patrol zone here and getting in a little bit of trouble, White Knight 2, they started to answer back, especially with this flip right here. This was probably their best attack of the match, but they got a couple of other flips. Unfortunately, it was over with this attack. The spinner of Hyperlash got into the internals of White Knight 2 and broke the flipper mechanism. Just had to back off, and flipper was gone. No self-riding.
onto this side of the bracket, which is definitely the more interesting in my opinion, because we have two newcomers and the last remaining former champ, which is Rotator, representing Razor 1905 2.0. The final champ left, and it took its run from the first round of the lower bracket all the way through to the grand final here. It takes on Green Screen, representing Roomba Wars, which had a couple of big early wins. Close match against Abomination 2. Big win over Among Us Tombstone. Can it defeat another champion? Let's see. 3, 2, 1, and activates. Oh, cease! Yes, it can! It can defeat another champion! Look at that! It wasn't even a question! This match, something like 5 seconds long, maybe. Maybe not even that. And Green Screen will be taking on Storm 2 for a spot in the grand final. We will have a rookie make it all the way there. What a victory.
Talk about a statement. Another champion taken out by Green Screen.
Here we go. Top 4 BattleBots Fights Explained with Hyperlash taking on the only bot left that is a veteran. Both of these channels have competed in a couple of Count Mayhems, but GHBot is the only bot itself that has. It had a big performance in its heat, but it never really faced like a super strong opponent. I would say Green Screen was the best it faced, and it dealt with it pretty well, but this could be a very interesting match. 4th seed versus 5th seed. Hyperlash is actually the higher seed here. Let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Activates, and these two bots squaring each other up. Hyperlash the one to get under first, but that's something we've seen with GHBot, is that the flipper itself is not that low, but the bot itself is low. It's that plastic plate on the bottom, but Hyperlash gets underneath. What? Underneath? I'm a great commentator. You should vote for me for Commentator of the Year. Look at this. It's definitely getting into play. Jelly Jam is somehow upside down, got knocked over at some point, but Bouncer from 2000 is able to get in, and that's huge, saving its parent, but the spinner may have quietly done some damage here from Hyperlash, because it looks like that little plastic bit, that plastic wedge that makes GHBot so low in spite of the flipper not being the lowest thing ever. It's loose. It's been knocked loose, but not enough, and the flip comes in. GHBot holding on, but so is Hyperlash. Neither of these bots going to give up. But look at that, he's Hyperlash shoving GHBot onto its little mini bots and onto its side. Can it get up? It can. Maybe. And it's slammed into a wall, and the little mini bot here, Bouncer from 2000, can it do anything? It's just getting bullied now in the corner, because I think Hyperlash believes that GHBot's done, and it might be. The countdown gonna start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's back! It's back into this match! Hyperlash cease! Chucked out! GHBot! Oh my goodness! I cannot believe it. I really can't. 3 seconds away from elimination to just come in and chuck Hyperlash out like that? Oh no, Hyperlash, you had it! You absolutely had it! And there it is, our first grand final spot. GHBot will perform no worse than second place and no better than first. Hyperlash, top 4, not bad. Like we said, if this trend keeps up, he'll get second in the next one, BattleBots Fight Explained. It was a good performance. Probably should have won the fight, to be honest. What a shame.
This was the first really good attack of the match here. Big flip from GHBot sent Hyperlash spiraling, but a good reply came in from Hyperlash. This shove right here brought it very close to the end of the match here, because GHBot stuck on their back. They struggled to recover, but eventually they did, and unfortunately for Hyperlash, maybe a driving error, waiting too close to the wall, and they just get flicked on over. GHBot in the final.
This semifinal definitely a weirder one, isn't it? Uh, because it's the 9th seed against, I believe, the 11th seed. And the 11th seed is the one that got here automatically. Storm 2 representing Ernest, fantastic showing. Absolutely insane so far. But Green Screen, after that clean win over Rotator, definitely a threat. Only lost to GH Bot so far. Storm 2 yet to lose. So let's see how it goes. 3, 2, 1. Activate. This is the first time since the first account ban, which doesn't really count, that we'll be seeing a rookie in the grand final. And these two both small, compact machines. Both get up. Nice and easy. Oh, Green Screen able to land a huge shot, though, and Storm 2 going to have to recover from that one. Both bots kind of struggling to get out of this corner now. Storm 2 gets underneath, and now this is where they capitalize in a lot of their matches. Their control, what a hit from Green Screen, though. Storm 2, they gotta get back up, but they are able to. They take another shot. Green Screen gets in underneath again. Oh, huge hit as well, and that lifter still comes in, but I think it's been knocked out of place and cease. What a shot from Green Screen. They are going for that title. I said that they were my dark horse pick, but man, they have performed. A questionable first match against a Bomb 2 Nation where they lost part of their drive and it was a split decision, right? To bounce back how they have with some fantastic victories. But it's a rematch against GH, but can they win this time?
Green Screen, bit of a highlight machine. Look at this first shot. Another fantastic shot, almost out the arena, but it managed to bounce off the top of the wall. Storm 2 just getting launched around. It wasn't even fair. And eventually it had to end, right? Mercy killing at this point from Green Screen. They look pretty unstoppable.
Here we are for all the marbles. Green Screen versus GH Bot. A rematch of the first heat final, upper bracket final, whatever you want to call it. GH Bot won there, but Green Screen is looking dialed in. Can GH Bot prove that this design is correct? The multi-bots have certainly existed to get destroyed, but they're distractions, so maybe that's the point. One of these bots will be seen in Turtle Wars Season 3. Yes, 3. And the other will fall just short. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Activate. And the match underway. GH Bot, what you doing? Whacked immediately. And Green Screen, the lower looking bot here. Oh my goodness! Absolutely wrecking the opponent. Jelly Jam knocked on over. GH Bot. Ooh. Both those little mini bots wrecked so far. And it's all Green Screen so far. GH Bot unable to do anything. Those side-hinged little plates, they got messed up, I think, against Hyperlash. And look at that one on the right side of the bot. It's absolutely torn up, and GH Bot's in the pit, and surely that's it. I don't think they're getting out. Oh, maybe they are. Oh, no, that you are not. That's what Green Screen says here to it. Oh, maybe they are? Maybe? No, they are in. Cease. And there you have it. Green Screen pulls off the victory. Seeded 9th, the highest seeded newcomer, and now the first newcomer to win an account Mayhem. Roomba Wars should be very happy with this bot's success, and we will look forward to seeing it in the main series. It looks absolutely devastating. And with that, we have our champion, we have our runners-up, and we have finished the account Mayhem. So I will see you all next time for probably an announcement video. I'll be honest, it's probably going to be an announcement video. probably relating to Turtle Wars' third season, and that community post. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, check it out. Basically, season 3 of Turtle Wars will also kind of act like an account mayhem to an extent. I'll make an official announcement video for it later, but for those of you still watching after we crown our champion, um, basically I'm thinking of letting people enter their own designs to the main series, and they will try to fight through qualifiers, and yeah. So look out for an announcement video pertaining to that. But until next time, I have been Turtle Noob. This has been Turtle Wars. Have a great day.
Bit of a shame, this final was rather one-sided. This was the opening shot that set the tone of the match here. This is a good volley from green screen in this corner, and it really just showed that GHBot couldn't do anything to a green screen in Roomba Wars' machine. And this long final stretch here, this is the pit escapades of GHBot. They managed to get out of a doomed situation in their last match to pull off the victory. This time around, they struggled. They tried. They got out the first time. Bang. Right back in. Got out the second time. Right about now. There it is. Try their best to get back on their wheels. And just about trickle back in.